All right, in the mid right-hand position as the blue Protoss, we have now CC MaNa. He is a very young Polish player. I believe he is 17 right now. Quite phenomenal, and he's just about to graduate high school. What were you doing when you were just about to graduate high school, if you have graduated high school?
I did graduate high school. What did I do? Oh, I remember. I was doing prom. Oh, I was boycotting prom right before end of high school, and I slept at my friend's place, and we did nothing but play Xbox, PC, PS3 for 5.5 days straight.
So you're
and
considered
believe it or
the
not,
cool kids, right?
there were a lot of girls with us.
All right, in the mid left-hand position.
There were.
I believe it. I believe it.
Frankly, okay, granted,
How
those
many
girls were
sisters?
not exactly the most attractive
How many sisters
in
do you have?
high school. I have one sister.
So your sister and your mom?
Yes, I have a sister. No, not at the party. No. No. It was not like that at all.
Hey man, I don't
but
judge.
You know what it is? It's a command center first from Ganzi.
Yeah,
it's from Team Complexity, just like you were saying. And Ganzi has been one of these Terrans that forever underestimated. People just do not know. MaNa's trying to see if he can scout, and he doesn't catch sight of it.
Well, he's the barracks. He should kind of assume that
like,
this
wow,
is coming.
so delayed. And
so right now he's thinking this is either a second barracks or it is command center first, and he's just gonna keep looking for this command center. And this is correct. Nice.
But I feel like Ganzi's forever underestimated, forever understated. No one ever gives Ganzi like when they think of good Koreans, they think of good Terrans, they think of good complexity players. They don't think of Ganzi necessarily, and it's such a shame.
Such a shame.
Such a shame.
I think State of the Game was actually recently saying this. It's like, hey, look out for Ganzi because he's still a phenomenal player. It just he gets overshadowed by so many other great Terrans. It's such a shame. But
you know what it is,
pretty
Andre?
sure
It's a shame. I'm just teasing. We're constantly saying that over and over. But yeah, I think Ganzi has a lot to prove, but sorry, he doesn't have a lot to prove. That's the big thing because he has strong wins over lots of great players. I mean, Ganzi's beaten. You know, he's beaten Alicia. He's beaten MaNa actually back at the East Masters Cup. He took 4 straight games off of him. He's beaten MC, so taking games off Hawk, as everyone knows, at the Spring Arena. He's beaten Parting, the best PvT player in the world, supposedly. He's beaten Oz, JYP, who was not that great at PvT, but regardless, Ganzi's a scary Terran player. And even though we said MaNa can take it, I would not be surprised whatsoever if Ganzi took this series.
Well, out of MaNa, we are just seeing a standard expansion after, it looks like the Zealot. And he's actually going a Sentry. No. Yeah, Sentry first. Whoa. Now, normally when you go Sentry first, it is for timings. You don't just go Sentries for, for fun, because it can actually die to a lot of different pushes in the beginning, but he's not going against pushes. So, actually, the Sentry is okay. I take it back. Normally, you will get a Stalker for map control. Sentries, trust me, you don't want to use them for just wandering the map trying to take off SEVs, because you won't be too successful. But it could potentially mean a timing, which is, hey, look at this, 4 gateways coming up here.
Yeah, and what's interesting is that MaNa's been rushing for really fast warp gate. You can see that it's 6 minutes in, and warp gate's already done. MaNa rushed it out like crazy, put all his chrono boost in it. And he got 2 sentries really early on, so he's going. He has to put on some pressure whatsoever because it's command center first from Terran, and so if he sits back, he's going to have a macro disadvantage. And you can see he's warping in aggressively. The Marines are looking for a proxy pylon. They know what's up, and MaNa's going to have a weird point where his sentries are split up. The Marines are coming in from behind. He caught sight of the units as well.
Ganzi is being so audacious here. I can't believe he's actually committing to this. These Marines in the outfield are so out of place, but they could do some really nice counter aggression. Now, there's no bunkers up. That's why it's so audacious. And on top of that, Sim is pretty, Sim is pretty far away.
Yeah.
Well, let's
this
see
is
how
so
it goes.
weird. MaNa is going to have free reign over this expansion. Ganzi is going to have free reign over his opponent's expansion as well. And we have ourselves such a weird situation like Squirtle and MVP where they base trade really early on because of some options.
Going for the tech lab, and that means the stim will be gone. Can he repair it in time? He's targeting down those sentries, so no, he won't get the stim. Great play by Ganzi. My God, he will keep that alive. And the Marines are just going to town on everything. Beautiful.
Yeah, MaNa's too busy microwing back at home with his Stalkers, really trying to kite those Marines, but he's taking some huge damage. MaNa does manage to clean up most of them back at the main of Ganzi. MaNa's being pushed back. And we see at the very end of everything, Ganzi's still pushing forward here, trying to take out some of these units. And if he picks off those sentries, it'll be huge. He does pick off the Stalker, and Ganzi's going to fall back while picking this pylon away. And MaNa fighting back with his sentries, really insistent on doing some damage to the Marines. A lot of them are getting very weak, but good control out of Ganzi thus far, really trying to maximize the DPS. Ganzi did lose a significant amount of SCVs to the attack, though. This is very interesting. This is such, I'm not used to seeing this. You can see MaNa really optimizing that units. Wow, great control out of his sentries and Stalkers. And MaNa all of a sudden has a great thing, and pause from Ganzi.
Oh, okay. So we're gonna pause it right here. Actually, I'm just getting word. Okay, so the situation is this: apparently Ganzi lost control of his mouse at the that engagement. Like in between that engagement, he was losing most of his units, and from what I hear, there was an agreement from administrators that the win will be given to MaNa, as actually Stim went down. I didn't actually note that, but Stim went down. The tech lab did burn down inevitably. Ganzi didn't have enough units, right. And not only that, there was 4 gates out with all the production cycles still open. So MaNa was awarded the win, and they went on to play the second game. So 1-0 for MaNa.
All right, so
it's unfortunate, just a technical difficulty at that beginning stage.
Ganzi says he couldn't move in the chat. Couldn't scroll to the left, and that's quite unfortunate, just like you're saying. MaNa takes game number 1 in an unfortunate series of events, but regardless, Ganzi, I mean, this shouldn't shake him too much. Just frustrating, to say the least.
I would say so.
But we know, I think if anything, Ganzi can still pick up from this and pick up a strong win and still break the tie.
I think so.
That game was brought to you by NASL, the people who provide monitors for NASL Season 3s. Thank you so much to them for doing everything, for sponsoring us with these beautiful monitors and screens. Check them out at nasl.com. Don't go anywhere. We'll see if MaNa is able to close out Ganzi 2-0, or Ganzi be able to make a comeback after a frustrating technical loss. The answer after this break.